guys, welcome back to D&D with Filthy and Friends, the farewell to Xylo drinking episode. So, quick recap of last episode. We tried to rest. Steve wouldn't have it, so we moved on. It was exciting and entertaining. We encountered some guys who seemed to think that we were going to die, and then were taught how that doesn't work. Meanwhile, we have recovered Xylo from the internet gods, and discovered a new person has joined our call. No reason why. Don't understand. He's just here. Can't get rid of him for some reason.
Yeah, sorry.
So just ignore him. He's not really here. Just don't
He's
make eye contact.
He's a casual observer for now.
Yeah, it's like an awkward man in the subway who won't stop looking at you, like thinks he's part of your conversation, kind of like that. But we're just gonna ignore him. Move on. So the party's here. Did anyone have anything they wanted to do at this moment? Anything at all? Steve's mouth is full. You have time.
I would like to dive into a cot and short rest before Tim can open any more doors.
All right, short rest. Seconded. Motion passed. Let's go. May we short rest, Adam?
What do you want to do, Steve?
He doesn't get invoked. Are you kidding me?
Hold on. Before we move any further, who's in charge of the damp cult dungeon? Is that still...
Oh, fuck. It's still Steve. Fuck. All right.
Is it?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Dolphin, we do rotating leaders for area so that we can break ties and deadlocks. And unfortunately, this is still Steve's area.
Although, it is the basement. We could elect a new leader.
No. There's four of us and 4 cults. We're not electing leaders mid-cult.
Oh, it's not that we get an area, we get a cult?
We get a cult.
So he is perpetually the damp cult.
Yes, he is the damp cult decider.
And Thaddeus is always
Tim, that was my girlfriend making a cat sound. She's not drunk. Tim is going, as a natural born leader, he's going to look around and see the wear and tear on his troops. They are downtrodden. They are distressed.
Not to point
It's
this
very
out,
dark.
but I was
Can't
gonna
see
say,
anything at all.
Yeah, there's a
So
darkness
he's gonna
aura.
roll at disadvantage on charisma. No, he doesn't know that you're tired.
Why don't you use investigation? That'd be better.
Can you figure this out yet?
Tim, I had a short rest. May I please?
Tim,
All right,
Tim
we're moving on, troops. Spine up.
Let's finish investigating.
He's oppositionally not choosing to understand.
Tim begins chanting a marching song, and we move out. All right. Let me know if this takes more than 10 minutes, Adam.
The saviors of this world do not rest. We do not need rest. Sound off! You're behind me. We do not need rest.
He thinks he hears behind him.
I think I hear that behind me.
So, did we search this room? Can I have a quick...
Adam, I just want to be clear. I'm keeping up with Tim just enough that he's perpetually in darkness and can't see where he's going. Okay.
Just hope that he walks into the gong by accident.
It's a wall. You can't walk through walls, Tim. Get out of that wall.
He's clambering along the walls, over boxes and shit.
All right, what are we doing? Tim, what are we doing?
I wanted to have a quick look around this room before I ran out.
Of what? Party members?
Yes.
Yeah, unless you want to take, like, some of the food, perhaps, or firewood, or, items off the people you just killed. There's nothing really else in the room.
Well, the firewood will help you prepare for the ice age that apparently they're going to kill us with.
I'll grab a chunk of cheese and bread and munch as I go then, I guess.
All right, Adam, I have an aura for 10 minutes. If this takes less than 10 minutes, I'd like to keep my aura. If it doesn't, please let me know. Or if it takes longer than 10 minutes, please let me know.
Okay. Do you just wander around with it on?
I keep it in my shirt, I guess.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Get rid of that.
I guess. For now. Once Tim stops chanting, I put it away. If he doesn't stop chanting, it's still out.
All right. Should we open the door?
Do we
Wait, now you're asking for input?
We've seen in this room before, right, Adam? That's why we can see it?
No.
Oh, I thought it was open because that's where the hag came from.
No, it had scratches
was
on
where the
scratches.
hag came. You've not got inside yet.
Yeah, it
So,
had
fine wooden
scratches on the door.
furniture,
Right.
tapestries of green and gold, and a bearskin carpet decorate this richly appointed room.
That's
But
what
the
she does.
furniture has been scratched up, the tapestry is badly torn, and the carpet rent with foot-long holes. To the northwest, a tattered green curtain screens off a large alcove. Two large heaps of dank pelts lie in the southern part of the chamber. A wet reek like rotten seaweed hangs in the air, and small crabs scuttle around the room.
Are there any like nude portraits of the hag, of her lying
No.
on the bearskin or anything similar? No. Okay.
You disgust me.
I
you
just
wretch.
assumed that was what she did in her off time.
He clearly asked that out loud just so Thaddeus could scold him.
That's right.
You roll an investigation.
For the portraits?
Yeah, the portraits.
You make Moradin weep.
Ooh. I'm getting a private message. Yeah. The private message says that the chairs are worth 80 gold each. I think it's a scam.
Yeah. That's right.
Tim's gonna breathe in deeply in the room, enjoy the aroma, slouch down in a chair and say, "All right, boys, I think we've done enough for a bit." Just look extremely settled in this room and ready to take a rest.
He wants to sleep with the crabs.
Sleeping deeply, breathing heavily through his nose.
Okay, what's behind this like curtain to the west of Cinnamon?
Okay.
The second sea hag.
Yeah.
It almost has to be. There's two sleeping pallets.
You see the hag's bedding. Next to this bedding is a small alcove which has a pile of gold, some platinum, 2 potions, and there's a long sword. Can people roll Arcana?
We have 2.
Or
That's only Steve, and he's currently doing whatever the fuck he's doing.
He's asleep.
Oh, I know. I guess Silo
Okay.
can too, because you're a jack of all trades. Yeah, look at that. Big Arcana rolls.
so Sniven can tell that this is a +1 longsword. It's made of dragon bone with a dragon leather grip. There are rubies in the pommel and the hilt, and you know from myth and legend the way that this sword is crafted that those would grow warm and glow slightly when the blade is within 120 feet of a dragon, which is what it is doing right now.
Oh,
Ha!
shit. Oh, shit, for multiple reasons.
Yeah,
Also,
short rest sounds good.
What? Within wait, how much? Within 100? What?
120 feet?
Yeah.
150?
Maybe we take the sword, wait till it turns off, and rest there.
Laid on the,
Yeah. There you go.
laid on the floor unconscious is a chained up character, which I think Dolphin will now
Ooh.
describe.
Ooh.
My character is chained up, but clearly ruggedly handsome. Somewhat emaciated. My hair, you can tell it's previously braided, but at this point has become mostly undone, kind of frayed.
Can I make an investigation check to see if the hair may have become unfrayed because perhaps the sea hag was raking her claws through it after like post-coitally, like just like stroking style thing?
You can imagine that with your investigation roll. That could be something that you imagine.
Okay,
You may
so
not
I
know if
assume
that's
that
true.
I just assume that's what's happened.
I'm,
So
I'm,
you can see what he looks like there.
Okay,
I'm
sorry, I
going
didn't mean to
to,
interrupt. Keep going.
So, one thing is, I clearly have, my robes are kind of tattered. I have,
Claw
on,
marks.
on the lower half, it appears most of kind of the leg parts have been scratched. Much on my back. But at the same time, the character itself is just kind of southern looking. You can't tell much besides that. Maybe a darker skin tone, black hair.
So you said ruggedly handsome, sun-touched, and there's claw marks all over his back? In the sea hag's
Claw
lair?
marks all over my
chains?
back.
Okay.
Yeah, and my hair is very, usually ornamentally kind of done so, but at this point is all disheveled, and I at this point almost look emaciated, if not otherwise healthy.
Is there any
so-
sheep gut on the floor of the of the room here?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm going to point a finger at him and say, "Foul concubine of the hag," and
I'm startled, and I look
spittle
up and I.
indignantly.
Actually, well, your character's completely unconscious.
Oh,
So-
sorry. Yeah.
In terms of
Thaddeus,
You-
Thaddeus, have some compassion. This man has
So
been
nothing hap-
used and abused. We must treat him. He will be suffering traumas of the mind.
More enemies? Strike while he's asleep.
Tim will say, "All right, Tim, you can have the chairs. I'll keep the sword. I don't care what you do with that guy."
Tim will say that.
Yes.
Does anybody else have a longsword proficiency? Because I sure do.
I do not.
It's absolutely yours. I just
I don't think you can blade
I
saw
love
with it.
this.
no.
Is
Why?
it only
It's
two-handed?
the perfect weapon, man.
Oh,
for him.
it's a one-handed?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's a
Nice.
perfect weapon. So
Excellent.
that means we've gotten 2 magic weapons so far, and both of them are perfect items for Tim.
Why do you keep getting all of the magic? How does this happen?
What was the other one?
The necklace that he's
Oh my
wearing.
god, right. The Constitution amulet. I forgot. Okay.
Some of us are just naturally blessed, Thaddeus.
Well, I mean, that might be the weapon of the concubine.
Oh, that's a good point.
So before
Well,
we take...
Right now, so I mean,
you could take it while he's sleeping, I guess, but you might...
Tell him it was stolen, and it wasn't here when he woke up. I'm gonna take the sword and go sit back in my chair.
You were asleep. Why are you here at all?
I heard noises.
I heard noises. I think you need to roll to see if you heard noises.
I agree.
Roll your perception at disadvantage, you bastard.
I can't hear you.
Right.
He's back asleep. He only wakes up when it's annoying.
You should get out of the hallway, by the way.
okay, so obviously this character is Dolphin, but in character, is there any reason for us to assume that this is a prisoner and not someone working with the hag?
I didn't know you haven't woken them up yet.
Well, I guess we
Yeah,
could...
but is he chained?
Yes.
He is chained. Okay.
Yes.
So there's part of the rationale.
All right, then Steven will try to wake him up. He's not injured, right? He's not like unconscious because he's been completely
Yes, he
beaten
is.
up, right? Oh, he is. Okay.
He appears to be unconscious from, pain.
He's been
and,
sucked dry.
Maybe no food or, whatever it might be. You know what that hag's capable of? That might have happened to him.
Too.
All right, I'll cast the healing spell.
Yeah.
So do you lay on handsome instead?
I was gonna ask whether you should save your cast, then I should do a quick lay on hands.
I don't know
If you
that
have
you should be
books-
touching him. It might be traumatic still.
If you have a bunch of lay on hands, then go ahead and do some of that.
All right, I'll hit him with an initial 10 points and see if that wakes him up and makes him able to converse with us.
Can you describe how you lay your hands on him?
I'm going to go put my hand on his forehead and say, "He is contaminated and deeply troubled. I shall move through Morden to bring him back to us before we slay him." And then lay my hand on his forehead and whisper words.
Dolphidius, you awaken to the words, "Slay him," as this dwarf's hand comes off of your head and you feel this healing energy rush over you. You turn your head and you see a small, strange goblin beside you conversing with this dwarf.
First thing I do is knock the hand away. I kind of immediately reach for my waist, but nothing's there. My next instinct is to grab the chain as if it was a weapon and kind of yank it towards them. But of course, I realize I'm simply chained to the wall. After about 2 seconds, I kind of put my feet on the ground, kind of sit myself back, and demand to know, "Who are you people? What are you doing here?"
What are we doing here? Doing here?
This is my new temple.
I've been here for a week. I've been held prisoner. Are you with the cult?
Let's not talk about what you've been doing here, you foul miscreant.
I've been held here for over a week. I haven't seen the light for
Also
what feels
a
like
week.
days, but I lose time. Have you seen a woman about? Hideous, but beautiful at times.
You make me want to throw up.
I look around rather unsure of the party still. I'm just trying to kind of catch an inventory of who everybody is because I just still...
Killing him would be the merciful thing.
I agree.
As I kind of come about my wits and kind of figure out what's going on because I don't get the immediate sense that you're here to harm me, I immediately say, you're going to slay me, though.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
mean,
question posed.
That's...
Clearly.
You're loathsome, but it's unclear whether you're evil. I'm actually going to cast some damn thing. Do I have
Yeah,
a
you do.
damn thing?
Yeah, you do.
Well, I
You
thought so,
detect
but
evil or something terrible.
Divine Sense
Yeah.
does that.
Right. There you go.
I guess a brief description of the
Or no,
party's
not
in order,
divine
right?
sense.
We have a very short, very angry dwarf who's the one who's laid hands on you in an inappropriate manner, who's also talking about slaying and other things. He seems
Sure.
obsessed with Muradin. Pictures of him, Muradin's thrusting
The dwarf
groin.
god.
It's the whole fucking weird thing. It's a dwarf god thing. Definitely insane, definitely religious. That's what you get from him for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You have a goblin, which is kind of weird because generally goblins are evil. He seems
Right.
to know the dwarf, and the dwarf's not killing him despite talking about it all the time. So that's a plus. He seems friendly, but a little like kind of full of himself. Wears not wearing armor in the middle of a dungeon. Seems to be a purple tunic of some sort. You
The
know,
loot on his back.
handsome as goblins go, but that's not saying a lot.
Handsome as goblins go. There you go. Keywords there. As handsome as it gets.
You see what looks to be a high elf, generally known as a refined, kind of, deep thinker, slow pace of life. Seems to be dressed in mostly animal skins. Not particularly well sewn together. Bits of trophies sticking out of him, giant eyeballs, things of this that he collects seem to be hung all over him. Talks with a bit of a drawl and seems a bit lost at all times, despite being garbed as a hunter. And then you see a tall, grinning, teeth-filed, what looks like a drow, but isn't entirely drow, so dark-skinned elf, with an enormous polearm, almost entirely coated in blood, except for his weapon, which seems to be entirely clean. And seems to be peeking his head around the corner and grinning at you with his filed teeth from time to time. So it's pretty wonderful waking up, in other words, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's better than the beautiful hag, right?
maybe.
Maybe.
She has her ways.
Yeah.
How do we want to break it to him? I'm going to tell him.
As far as I know,
We fucking killed her. She exploded. Do you want to collect her ashes? They're over the hallway over there.
I love. She was so beautiful. The week we had down here was dark, but when she
She's cast a spell on him. He's under her spell. I
would lay her
have
hands on him.
knowledge of dispel magic, but I'll have to rest to
But
prepare.
I say, wait, hold. Maybe this is like ducklings. Maybe now that he's seen Thaddeus, he'll affix to a new individual. And this relationship can continue, but be beneficial to us.
He must keep his flea-bitten member away from me.
Hag-bitten, Thaddeus, hag-bitten.
Well, can you at least unchain me so we can discuss this properly?
If by discuss you mean trial by combat,
Well,
that can be
let's make it a
arranged.
fair fight. I'm doing my best to kind of remain congenial. I'm smiling at everybody in the party, although I am at this point beginning to hold my wrists a little bit more obviously towards them, as if to prompt them.
Can any of us tell if there is actual magic that's been used on him?
I'd like to insight check when he talks about the beauty of the hag.
There you go.
You're not sure. You think he's, definitely genuine about it, but not under some spell.
Yeah, I don't really...
Sniven definitely can tell that he's not under a spell that's making him feel that way. Just the sheer torment and
It's
the
just
trauma has
Stockholm
put him in
syndrome
some
is
kind
what
of
you're saying.
psychological. Exactly, yeah.
Mhm.
Dolphin, you roll perception for me?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure he has Pythagoras syndrome.
Perception.
Oh yeah,
Pythagoras syndrome.
Triangle.
I don't understand. Like, yeah,
7. Oh, I want him in my party.
I think it's
All right.
I think it's he's no longer straight. Maybe he's diagonal. That's what he's getting at. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where he's going with that.
He doesn't like
Like it.
beans.
Like it.
He doesn't like legumes.
Uh,
All right, Sniven will try to undo the chains, the shackles.
All right.
You realize he'll kill you first.
You use the key that you have.
So far, he's been more likable than you have, Thaddeus.
Right, I don't trust him.
All right.
so was it unlocked?
Yeah, they have the keys.
I say thank you, friends, and I kind of grab at my wrists. Clearly, I feel I've been sore. I go to stand up, woozy for a moment, and I see my gear over in the corner. I see kind of a rich red armor, half plate, with a kind of a short red cape. Most of the kind of secondary color is more of a tan, as is customary for the region that I'm from.
You know what you don't see? You don't see a particularly nice longsword.
I don't?
No.
Okay.
I shall call it Chainbreaker, for I have freed this prisoner from his torment.
And I ask, can one of you hand me, please, my cloak and armor? And if you see a dagger, please hand it to me as well.
Sure. Is there a dagger around also?
Yeah,
And
all of
why,
his stuff's there.
why did we
Yeah,
not
all the
loot this half plate beforehand?
Just
I
Well,
don't think I can actually use this longsword, by the way.
you just
When he says thank you, friends, I'm going to look around, wondering who he's talking to.
okay.
I notice that he's just looking around, and I smile at him and kind of notice perhaps the slight, and then just continue looking around at the rest of the group and say, how long have you been here?
Entirely too long. I'm going to guard the door.
Oh, we've been killing stuff for like a day or so, maybe a day and a half.
Okay.
Can I see any anything of interest? Not like I'm not trying to like look at his like gear, but I want to know: do I see any symbols? Anything that might denote who he is? Anything that an order he might be a part of, a group, or anything that I know? Can I just make a kind of scan of him?
Sure.
Sure.
You're perverted and foul. Quit looking that man over.
What you see is upon the front of my armor of the half plate, you see what appears to just be the top of the ocean with a sun setting upon it,
Like a child's drawing, like blue waves with like a yellow sun over there in the corner.
like a child's drawing, but not a child's drawing. It's simplistic enough to be a child's
Are there
drawing.
seagulls that look like M's or like W's?
There's no. To be fair, that's just that's more of a W if you want to be with fancy seagulls. But no, it has a sun, and there's appears to be something jumping out of the water. It could be either a dolphin or a fish. It's kind of hard to tell. It's in such small etched detail. It's also been worn down over time, but you can at least tell.
Some
it's
sort
something
of grinding
surprising
motion might have
sunset.
worn it down. You're thinking?
Yeah, just adventuring, something like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do I have any? Can I make any sense? Not of the grinding pattern, more of the symbolism of this, Adam. Do I need to roll something for that? I've passed all my checks so wonderfully so far. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where he's from and what he's about.
It's a mermaid. He's
Does
part of
anyone
the
have
water
religion?
cult.
Religion?
Does anyone have religion proficiency?
I don't, but our bard has proficiency in everything because he's a bard. Sniven!
Okay. Sniven knows it's definitely a religious symbol, but hasn't really got a clue about who it could be of.
Do you share that, Sniven?
No. That's so ridiculously obvious. If you can't piece that together, you're...
What are you telling me? It's like children's drawing on its fucking armor. It could have been like little Timmy, like before he went off to war, like thought he'd like put some paint on it. I don't know. Why is this obviously a religion? I don't know that. All right, I just look at that and I'm like, oh god, I've seen better armor engravings.
Do we find a dagger?
You find whatever gear his character
Yeah.
has.
Okay. And
But it's his
was
gear.
the sword part of his gear?
No,
Okay.
Can he use a sword? Because I can't.
I don't know.
No,
Can any of you use
I
a
don't
long
have
sword?
proficiency in swords, so.
It's strength, not dex. That's the issue.
I can use any
Right.
weapon.
Rapier, right.
Use a rapier.
I could probably use a longsword.
Yeah, give it to Thaddeus.
Oh, that's true. Okay. Thaddeus weapon. Yeah, I like that.
Yep. So,
Thaddeus, I would like to present you this sword for your service to Moradin. It is named Chainbreaker for all the prisoners you have rescued and will rescue in the years to come.
so far 1, and we're not really sure if he's rescued yet.
And it's
There
still
were those civilians that
There
we
were
left
the
in the
civil-
room by themselves and said would probably be back maybe.
And there's also the civilians we walked to town from the dirt cult.
Yeah, but I feel like
Yeah.
they rescued themselves from you by getting to town.
You know, even when it feels like it's going my way, it's not. Yeah,
and the sword is still glowing.
Yeah, there's still a dragon as we're getting to know each other. But I want to know what no one
Okay.
cares. We got this guy here. He's just been he's been bound by a sea hag as her captive lover for a week, and no one wants to know where he's from or what he's about. I
Yeah.
want to know.
Feel free to
Look,
ask me any questions.
Tell me.
Tell me, what is
Wait a
your
minute.
name? What is your name, sir?
I think he's part of the water cult. Look
My
at
name-
Thaddeus, one moment.
My name is Dolphidius. I come from the southern shores of the Southern Sea. And who might you be, traveler?
I am Chakolth. Tell me, how did you find yourself here?
Ah, my caravan was ambushed.
Briefly.
Briefly. I glare at him, but smile. And then I say, my caravan must have ambushed something about a week ago. It was late at night. The drivers and the horsemen drinking merrily. I was doing one of my tricks to get a laugh around the campfire. I walked out near the lake and was walking on water as my people have learned to do. And it was at that moment where I was snatched. And next thing I knew, I woke up here. For however long it's been, I've not seen the sun in what feels like days.
I love the way you say it's snatched. That was well done.
And so that's
How
how
often
I
have you been snatched since then?
more times than I care to reveal. Flashes in the darkness of pleasure and pain.
You disgust me.
But titillates as well, we can see. Can I make a perception check? Is Thaddeus getting a little titillated by this as well as disgusted?
At least he's honest.
That's up to Kevin to answer.
Yeah.
No, I'm intrigued but revolted. I'm not titillated.
Go on, I say.
Has Thaddeus ever had a relationship with someone he wasn't killing?
Can you make a con save, Dolphin?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Is this to survive Thaddeus' presence?
It's the dragon's breath weapon.
No, you feel okay. That's fine.
All right, cool.
So,
Got it.
who was supposed to do that? Filthy or Dolphin?
What?
Dolphin.
The con save? Dolphin.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, do you know who it was who captured you? Do you know what this area that you're in represents or the importance?
No, I can tell the sea when I'm around it. I can tell the water when I know it. This place is damp, and I can tell the people here seem to be in tune with the water itself, but much more malevolent. Tell me, have you seen a woman, a beautiful woman walking these halls?
That description
she's-
doesn't ring any bells. No.
Are you sure?
Quite sure.
Tim's gonna come back into the room and he's got like a little chunk of something in his left hand, like just sort of gross ash, just sort of in his hands. Oh, I think this may be the mistress you are referring to.
Oh,
If you would
my-
like help, I can aid you in putting her to rest.
I put my hand on my face, and what sounds like a weep kind of slowly turns into a laugh, and I say, I truly was misled. In the dark here, I could not see a thing. That is who I've been spending my evenings with, here in the dark, down here in the dungeon.
Developing
This is
your
actually an
skills of a
improvement.
lover.
And I actually begin to retch a little bit. It's clearly unobvious to it's obvious to me has been unobvious to me that I've essentially been sleeping with this hideous hag woman. I've actually been unable to see her the entire time.
Not even a woman. This is a creature. It's a sea hag. It's not a particularly
Yeah.
ugly woman. This
But
is a species.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually
But-
did not know that at the time.
He was chained up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say to you, yes, seems to be a sea hag has had you captive. And you probably, with your background, it sounds like you know things that are wet. So you probably know about sea hags.
Yeah, and I begin to retch, but I begin kind of laughing at the same time, and I say, "Oh, glad that you guys showed up when you did." And so, yeah, I take one look at the essentially fish guts that's he's holding, and I just laugh and
Are those species compatible?
no.
I'm asking the DM. I just want like a rule
What was that?
clarification.
Sorry?
Like whether
Can
we
those
killed
species
his
crossbreed?
unborn fish baby.
Yeah.
Almost certainly not.
I mean, a lot of
Definitely
things seem to be able to breed in this world. Like
Oh,
all the
that's
water
true.
genocide are like half water elemental.
Like
half
like
human.
half elementals. Yeah.
Let's not
Oh.
delve too deep into that.
After
Next
a
time.
week.
We can do
After
like
a
a
week?
bonus
Oh
episode.
my gosh, we might have just killed Dolphin's unborn child. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna make adventuring easier.
But
for
and the thing
me.
is, we don't know
That's-
really
that's
how
a good
this
point.
works because I mean, if she's a fish creature, she might lay eggs. Like they may not be dead. There could be little dolphins hatching somewhere in this keep around us.
Wait a minute, maybe they're implanted in him.
So as people are kind of saying this, I get a little woozy. I feel like I'm about to. I visually, you can tell I'm about to pass out.
Throw up in her bed if you need to.
No one helps him. I step forward to help him.
Right,
Are you
like,
all right?
Catch him? Or...
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to steady him a little bit, sit him down, give him some water.
Thank you.
Can I tell if there's anything wrong with him? Like medicine check or some shit?
Sure, we can do that.
Can someone else medicine check?
No, you're proficient
Medicine.
in everything.
I know, but it's like, just because I can
Isn't
roll
he-
doesn't mean I'm good at it.
He would be the guy who did the medicine check.
Yeah.
He's fine. Drink water.
Wake
You can tell
prisoner.
that he's.
You look like a man skilled
Thaddeus.
in medicine.
You can tell that Thaddeus' healing has helped, but he's definitely still feeling, the worst for wear.
All right.
Well,
As interesting
It
as
just
this
so
is,
happens we were about to do a short rest, so
that how you
Let's-
phrase it?
that's fine.
We were going to take a moment to bandage our wounds from the previous encounter, take a moment to recover our wits and decide what's next. It seems, did anyone share that information about the dragon? Or am I...
Definitely.
Okay, you shared?
Details about the sword, yeah.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and it seems after having learned you've been a lover to a sea hag, it's pretty bad. There may be, not worse, but bad still. There may be a dragon down here, and we may need to kill it. So,
Well, and you'll be hanging out with us, which is worse news yet.
Thaddeus, I was going to break that to him later. One man can only be expected to take so much.
Yeah.
So,
I'm kind of sitting on the bed and like still faint, just my hands just rubbing my forehead, and I say, I do remember one thing when I was taken. Now that you ask, I remember an X, strange marking across their tunics.
small
and armor.
pill? Sorry, what do you mean X?
Sorry?
You took, I didn't hear that.
There was an X on some of
Small
the
pill.
ambushers, a symbol, because somebody was asking details for when I was ambushed.
Like an X with the bottom joined?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this fucking cult.
The water cult symbol.
Alright, well, we would be happy to help you get out of this place. but I don't suppose you have any background in combat.
Tim puts together, and this is a uncertain belief, but I believe that he was captured by the water cult and has been held captive by them.
Oh my god, that's why we keep you around, Tim. You're the brains here.
You guys don't have +7 on
Can
investigation?
you please do a perception roll for that first? No.
He investigated roll. That's
Yeah,
strong.
investigate roll.
Yeah, yes, he got an 18 on that. That's the first time Tim's solved anything.
And did they trust me enough to give me my dagger back, or is that I
Yeah.
that back? Okay,
Definitely. All your gear.
okay. And I'm kind of flicking that up in the air with one hand, well sometimes in the other hand, just kind of flicking light with my other hand.
I steady his hand with a dagger and be like, "You're almost passing out. Maybe don't throw the sharp objects for just a second. Let's take a moment. We're gonna be doing some bandaging of ourselves. We can have a quick check of you, see if there's anything we can help with. But it sounds like there's a dragon down here, and if you even have a small amount of combat experience, a dragon can only eat about one person per time period. With 5 of us, it really increases the chance that any other individuals will survive. We could really use your help, is what I'm saying."
So there's this thing called action economy.
No.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about
Steven
this.
pulls out book.
Right.
Chapter 1.
The Pocket Player's Handbook.
Wait a minute. Did you just ask him to come along as food?
Thaddeus, that's not what I said. I said he could take advantage while you were being eaten.
Ah, that's much. Wait.
Yes, I would be glad to help as you've helped me.
All right, I think he. All right, well, let's take a quick look.
Okay, so are we going to short rest here or in 13, or are we going to cross the bridge and short rest in 5?
Do we know specifically that the sword knows about 120-foot range and it's like binary, like it just turns off?
This is a sort
like
of
we can
dragon
triangulate
sensing.
where the dragon is?
It's
It's an item. It's a type of item, like
It's
a
just
magic,
a-
like a protection scroll or something. This is a sword of dragon slaying.
it's like knowing that like Fireball has a certain specific range. You know,
And it like turns off and on, like
Yeah.
121 feet it's off,
Yeah.
119 feet it's on.
Well, it
So how
phases.
about we walk around with that a little bit and see where it turns off?
Nope. Let's rest first
Go-
because let's not kick open
we-
fucking doors.
we go east, and when it turns off, we're good, and just go east a little bit
Right.
more.
Why?
and then
Because
it's-
dragons can't walk.
That's what I'm saying. We go over here, we go to 13, make sure it turns off. Because here's the thing. If the dragon's here right now at 6, and it's walking toward us, and we start to, sit down and put our weapons down and stuff. Kevin, yes, I know you've been waiting for a while. Bathroom breaks are at the session end. If you have another question, though.
Sorry,
Kevin,
I'll put down
at
my
the back.
bathroom hand and raise my other hand.
Yes.
Sorry, was that 120 or 150? I thought I originally heard 150 for the sword.
120.
20.
And that's in millimeters.
Right.
And you're using that now, right? That is.
Also, I'm a dragon.
That's a fair point.
Oh my god.
What if he's
All of a sudden you realize I'm a dragon now. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, we've been suckered in by the dragon.
So you get
Dolphidius the dragon.
Me and you will have a little
Alliteration.
chat after this, and I'll sort out that you're actually a dragon and integral to the story.
You're a human, right?
Human
Yes.
dragon.
human. Just
Okay.
straight human.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
let's go.
I guess here's my issue. Yes, we could go wander around until we've safely made sure that none of these rooms have a dragon by
No,
opening
I'm
the
not
door
saying
until there's
open
no
more
dragons in
doors.
them.
No,
I'm
we're
not saying
gonna
open more doors.
Right.
We're
No
gonna go
fog
this
about
way.
it.
Gonna go
Right.
east.
Just go east. That's it.
Is that gonna help?
And rest in 13. Yes, we're gonna rest in 13.
Dragons
Resting
can walk
for-
too.
Follow me,
Resting
ungrateful
from-
companion.
Oh god.
Behind me.
Remember
you
when
feel
I
safe.
named 2 parts Tim's terrible plan? Yeah, there's a reason for that. The terrible plans keep getting terribler. More terrible
The
by the
terrible
moment.
plans have 100,000% success rate. More of them have succeeded than have even existed. This plan doesn't even exist yet, and it is already beginning to succeed.
Yes, that's what I'm worried about.
I don't even. I want to cry. Where's my saddlebag when I need to throw up?
I have 4 types of plants. All right.
I fall asleep to those words. I'll take my short rest.
Okay.
All right.
Does the light turn off when we're in 13?
Let me measure. The dragon. This is just the train problem again. A party begins adventuring at 5 meters per second to the east. A dragon moves across the corridors at 15 meters per second east. When does the
Who has
dragon
it?
reach the party?
Who has it?
I do.
It's gone out.
Thank God.
Cool.
I have led you to safety
Steven jumps into the
Joyce? in your respite.
Okay. You
So-
roll a short rest?
Yes.
Oh.
Has
We'd
short
like to.
rest succeeded?
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
We're good? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we can burn hit dice again.
Yes.
Yes.
And everyone that does gets an extra.
1d6. Right.
Does someone want to tell Dolphin how to do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dolphin, if you're missing HP, you can roll hit dice.
He's on 10.
Okay. So you're probably gonna roll. You can roll hit dice as many times as you want to regenerate health, or as many as you have. You'll get half them back on a long rest for your hit dice. So they are a resource that doesn't come back instantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can choose how many to roll?
Yep.
Yep.
And you're
And you
gonna
just
get
click
2
on
for
it.
you get 2
Choose
HP if you use at least 1 hit point dice. The bard in our group for this session will give you a little bit extra. He rolled a 2, so you get a 2 above that.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Got it. So, any recommendations on how many hit dice to roll? Just as,
all
all
of
Get.
Until you're max HP.
right. So 6.
Roll one at a time.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you can choose.
Yeah, you can roll one at a time.
Does he get his
And-
con modifier as well? Or is it
Yeah.
for him?
It does it
it does.
automatically for him.
Yeah,
let's
the
go.
plus two.
Should I roll for sorcerer or cleric? Sorry.
The cleric's slightly better. You have 1 sorcerer and 5
Better.
clerics, but just use what
Ah.
you need. Use the clerics first. Okay, that's
Wow.
a good start.
Source.
Okay.
It's reasonable to maybe not
No,
at least save a little bit.
Okay,
If you're
sure.
if you're almost at max health, it's fine to not completely cap out.
Okay.
Okay, well, that puts you at 21. And then plus 8. Okay.
don't forget the 2 from Xylo.
Plus 2 from Xylo. Puts him on 31.
Okay.
Plus 9. Puts him on 40.
And I'll roll one more.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
Another
yes.
11.
I guess I should
Alright.
roll all of mine actually.
Not
So
to
that
be metagaming.
11, that 11 puts you on exactly full health.
Nice.
Okay. So I'm at 2 hit dice. Got it.
I just
can't
wanted.
get Blade Song charges back again with a short rest.
Yes, you can.
So, not anymore. I've done it twice.
Is it? What does it say? I think it's just a
Wait,
short rest.
is it seriously every short rest?
I think it's just a fucking short rest resource. What's the problem? You really don't want these charges back, do you?
You can use this feature twice. You regain. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay. We can
And I
try
get
that, too.
nothing back for my short rest except for hit dice, right?
Yeah, you get
I
hit a
don't-
lot though. That's kind of good.
Well, I know, but I don't get.
No. You get your channel divinity back.
Yeah, but I didn't use it.
Well, whose fault
Or
is
maybe
that?
I did.
That can't be right.
Maybe I did. No, we short rested not long ago. I think I don't have any spell points back, but I do have
Right.
my channel divinity.
You get Vow of Enmity back. That's amazing.
And a longsword does the same damage as the warhammer, right?
Yes.
So it's
1d8.
one hand or two hand.
Yep.
Each one does the same thing as it would if. So I just need to change the name.
Well, no,
Yep,
no, no, no,
basically.
no, not just the name.
No,
it's a plus
because
1.
you've also
It has
got
plus 1
1 to
accuracy
hit
and plus 1
and
damage.
plus 1 damage.
Right.
What you want to do is go on the compendium, type longsword, and drag a longsword +1 into your
Yeah.
equipment list.
Right. There. A lot of times there is a big difference between slashing damage and bludgeoning
There's
damage.
another big difference too. A plus 1 is a magic item. It does magic
Right.
damage. So anything
Right,
that was
right.
magic resistant, now you're still doing full damage to.
But
Right.
it's not strictly an upgrade because
Bludgeoning.
because bludgeoning is generally the more useful type of damage.
Anyways. Okay. So we have short rested successfully. We haven't been eaten by a dragon yet. All right. I like the idea of fighting a dragon at half resources. Who's in? I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my last session, so I'm in.
All right. So everyone.
I have never found your guidance to be misleading. Chakolth,
Excellent.
let us find this dragon.
And slay it.
A monstrous creature deserving of dispatch.
Do we just dislike dragons in general? Because aren't there good
I
dragons and bad
love
dragons?
dragons. Their
there are
fangs
good-
sell for hundreds of gold pieces. I do this great thing in my store. I thread rope through them, and I use little colorful paints. A little bit shiny, a little bit shiny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, the ladies love it.
Nice.
Ladies love it.
Zylo,
I can
did
do that for you, Chakolth.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You're gonna be the one to extract those teeth, right? I think we should start the fight by you extracting the teeth.
All
Now,
right,
he
well,
can't- he
show
can't-
up.
He can't hurt us if he
It
doesn't
shouldn't
have any
take me
teeth.
more than 5 minutes.
Perfect.
Just
You want me to
show up when I'm done.
Yeah, like I don't want to impede the process. Like I could show up after you started it.
Yep. Get your armor on.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Okay.
was this way, right?
Okay, so as we're walking west from 13, when does his sword turn on?
Zylo, you tracking our resources in the last room that we picked up? There's a bunch of loot.
When
I-
Kevin got to
Nothing
here,
was linked, so.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was?
yeah. So I'll tell you what it was.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, I'll
Thanks for
add
shit
it.
it. Yep.
Okay. So it's here. When Kevin gets to here, it lights up again.
Can you ping? Can't see if you're right there is 120 feet of a dragon.
Potion of Hill Giant Strength. Didn't Thaddeus want one of those?
No, that was a love
should-
potion for hill giants he wanted.
And a Potion of Fire Resistance. We should probably be using the Potion of Hill Giant Strength and Potion of Fire Resistance in this fight. Dragon Fire Resistance?
I think-
Sounds like a really...
But
There's-
no, but
there's
dragons are
just-
elemental. They're like there's like a dragon for each type of damage. There's like
Right.
poison, water, fire. So I guess
And red dragons are by far the strongest, so, like...
Water dragons are by far the strongest?
No, red. Fire.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
but
So
go on.
I wondered if we wanted to go north.
Just avoid the dragon.
No.
Well, or get to it eventually.
Nope.
We're killing the dragon.
Fuck that. We're killing the dragon.
Well, the only way west is south and then west, like south of 11 and then west, so...
I know from my owl that there is, like, the river keeps going all the way around. I know that the river is, if you zoom out, like, to the west of us 100 feet or so, the river comes down north to south.
I'll take a minute
Okay.
during this hour rest and chat with Dolphidius and ask if you know how he's doing, if he needs anything, if he is comfortable with what he has, if like, is there equipment he's missing that he needs or anything like that.
Yeah, I appreciate my gratitude for being rescued. Doing my best to be friendly. I'm a little bit suspect because I'm not sure what these folks are doing here in the first place. I never really got a fantastic understanding of that.
I'll do a little bit of best to like fill in history. I'm also going to start laying the groundwork for implying that Tim and Thaddeus are both insane. I'm just
Okay.
going to slowly start like laying that groundwork.
Mm-hmm. I listen intently, politely.
I've never taken teeth from a live dragon before! This will be great!
I laugh. I ask if there's anything to eat, and at the same time, I'm kind of readying my armor as we kind of complete our resting and things like that.
I'll share food with him and then head that way.
Wait a minute. We're going to make him fight a dragon with a dagger.
I respond to him saying, "I've got much more than a dagger, friend," and I go to kind of snap my fingers.
The
and
sea hag didn't want him for his dagger, Thaddeus.
I kind of smile towards him especially, and I'm flashing my hand and nothing's happening at first, and then suddenly I'm able to just kind of like channel a small orb of fire. Just nothing particularly impressive, but I say, "I have much more than the dagger, friend." And I just smile and kind of put everything away.
I'm not sure I enjoy this.
Thaddeus, the reluctant experimenter.
So when Thaddeus gets to here, the sword goes out.
Okay.
Turns
Where?
off or turns on?
Off.
Off.
Turns off.
Ooh.
All right.
So the dragon's
Northwest.
up this way.
Yeah, so up in 24, basically.
Maybe, but
We
looks like
clear
24 is...
behind us.
I don't want to... Now that I know there's a dragon, I don't want to leave it behind us.
Yeah, I agree. That's like priority number 1.
Well, just show me the Sagavor, because there's a bridge there, and I just want
Yeah.
to see it, and then we'll go north.
Yeah.
Do you want me to describe this one? I can do that.
Sure.
Stairs on each side of the canal climb up to a stone bridge, which spans the canal 15 feet above the water level, similar to the bridge earlier. The sides of the bridge are carved in the image of dragons standing guard over treasure hoards. A single torch illuminates the bridge. On the west side of the canal, passages lead to the west and to the north. On the east side of the canal, one passage leads east.
I poke Thaddeus and I'm like, your people are so fucking stupid. Why are they carving out, like, they build a fortress and they carve portions with dragons taking gold from them? Like, this is stonework. It takes days.
It takes more than days, fool. What is your point? I've entirely missed your point.
Well, when my people build fortresses that protect their gold, they don't also imply in the carvings in these fortresses that dragons are taking their gold.
Why don't we hit the gong?
I've been pushing for that for days.
Let's hit the gong.
No. No, let's go fight this dragon, then we can hit the gong after.
I think the gong will make the dragon come to us.
Yeah, you want to sit in a position where we're all directly east of a single point and see if we can like get cone attacked, is what you're saying?
I mean, we're fine going up in 24, which I assume is where the dragon's at. Like, if we hit the gong and the dragon comes to us, we can kind of, like, be spread out beforehand.
Yeah, how's that?
I don't know. Just, like, not all next to the gong. I'm fine with not doing it either. I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm going to head north.
And it turns on again when he goes north, yes?
Yeah, like about here.
Okay.
Maybe even lower, like here.
As I
Okay.
follow Thaddeus, I'd like to fall in line next to Dolphidius and like to say, hello, you don't happen to be an intelligent fella, do you? I'm quite intelligent myself. I like to read. I try to play it low-key, though. These folks seem threatened by intelligence. You might want to keep it on the down low, but I'd love to discuss some books with you, maybe, in camp, if that's your thing.
I'd love to know, what are some of your favorite books?
Oh my god, they're dating.
I love anything about dogs. Dog hops on dad. Dog goes to the movies. You know.
Do you know Dog and Cap?
Dog and Cat, one of my favorites.
Dog and Cat is a wonderful book, and I smile. I grasp him kind of firmly on the shoulder, and I say, I think we'll make great friends.
Our party killers, but us intellectuals.
Two very intellectual beings.
Wow. If only I could have been a fly on the wall for that.
Well, you're in earshot, right?
I was trying to keep the stuff about my party members being stupid sort of quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, sure, okay.
Yeah.
Really? That seems so unlike you.
Hold on.
When we were looking at 24 earlier, we
Sort of
see
quiet.
that was, like, stairs upward, right?
Yeah, I'll give you a little bit more as you guys move in.
Okay.
Yeah.
That should be
I'm gonna-
another bridge, presumably.
Let me just
What?
move that.
Where the floop is this dragon?
I think those double doors we're looking at are maybe...
We just crossed a bridge in the west that had carvings of dragons. You think it's a coincidence?
We didn't cross the bridge.
We went to a bridge that we were about to cross with carvings of dragons guarding treasure hoards. And you guys are like, let's turn around and go north.
Those are the dragons guarding the treasure. This bridge has carvings of dragons killing every specific member of our party.
So, number 24. A stone bridge crosses over the
Has the
canal
names.
15 feet above the water level here. Steps on the south side of the canal climb up to the bridge, which leads to a set of stone double doors. Painted on the doors is a large symbol. West and east of the bridge, and level with it, culverts carved in the shape of huge, yawning, dwarven faces discharge streams of water into the canal. The small waterfalls make a lot of noise in the vicinity of the bridge. A hallway leads south from the quay on the south side of the canal.
Oh, look, no dragon carvings.
Praise Moradin, it's the barfing dwarf bridge. I have heard of this place.
The mark on the door is a water cult symbol.
Can we can we hear anything besides the rushing water?
Roll perception.
Sure.
I love this part.
Somebody, are you rolling for me? Here we
No,
go.
he rolled for himself. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
No. None of you know your fucking ear hole from your asshole.
None of you kind of hear anything. Sniven, you can hear lapping waves and movement.
You hear
Sort
what
of
sounds like a
like this.
dragon having a smoothie.
Yeah.
Shit, man.
Like,
This is
flow of
bad.
water.
All right, let's just stack up on 24 so that we can all
Why
get
are
breath
we doing
weapon.
here? Let's go deal with the dragon. Is the light even on over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Dragon's
light
up
went.
here.
The light went out as we headed west. We're
So either we're
This
approaching.
is where the dragon is.
It went out when you went
The one out when
you were east and south.
120 feet from there. The dragon
Yeah.
is right here. We are
Yeah.
standing in the dragon.
That's what I just
Oh,
was
the
just
dragon's
doing.
there. Oh, fuck. It's in the water.
Yeah, no, probably over here somewhere.
probably in this gong.
Yeah, like
Oh,
underneath
the
the water.
dragon's in the water. Okay, so it's like some kind of water dragon, and he's in the water, and we won't be able to fight it until we hit the gong.
That's the risk. Yeah.
But I mean,
All right,
who doesn't
Thaddeus,
want to play the gong?
we require your helmet.
Thaddeus, you think on this a little bit. Rest your head against the gong.
I think that if we position ourselves behind the posts,
I like it.
we might
Have
avoid.
like quarter cover versus the dragon's breath attack. Yeah.
You're more pessimistic than I am.
Okay, so we have a choice. We can go southwest, or we can go north, or we can hit the gong.
Dolphidius, you said something about water walking.
Yes. It's
Don't listen to him. Well, the water is dangerous. It has things in it.
I'm not suggesting you walk there. Tell us, are you able to share that effect with others?
Oh yeah, send me on the water. That'll be great.
Let me check. I actually don't know off the top of my head if I can cast this on somebody. Let's see. Water walk. I believe it's only from. Oh, up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability for the duration. So
10?
yes. 10.
How long did it last?
It has a duration of 1 hour.
Is it
Wow.
concentration or is that steady?
It is not concentration.
And does that take a level 3 spell shot, or is that a ritual?
This is. It's a ritual.
These are. That seemed like a very specific question to ask, Filthy. It's almost like
Well,
you're
he probably
familiar-
already knew it.
familiar with
almost.
this character.
Maybe I'm trying to help a new player. You assholes just want to feed him to a dragon.
Okay.
Maybe a new
Yeah.
player is trying to help us.
That's right.
Right.
Maybe.
Well, it feels like we may have sussed out the location of a dragon. He may be in that water over there, and we don't really want to stand in a big cone waiting to be breathed on. Any chance you might want to cast that on all of us?
Gladly, friends.
Excellent.
So I cast Water Walk.
Okay. As a
For
ritual.
10 minutes.
Ritual.
As a ritual,
take
yes.
10 minutes.
Which takes you 10 minutes of flailing about.
Beautiful. So I cast ritual. I'd go ahead and ritual cast it. Upon completing it, I'd go to test it myself just by placing 1 foot kind of firmly on the water, pressing that again.
There's a much better way to test that. You just shove Tim.
Thaddeus.
Well,
It's not my
Thaddeus.
style though, so
I'm gonna
press
ritual
down, I
detect
press on the
magic.
water again, and I look back at the group and smile and nod. So just kind of signaling that it's working.
Nice.
I have ritual detect magic at the same time.
Right.
I sense presence of magic within 30 feet of me. And I
And
can
I-
walk on water.
Yes. Apparently, we're all Jesus now.
Yeah.
And I
Congratulations.
ritually detect cheese and bread from room 23 again. And have a snack while they do this.
Okay.
So,
I don't know how I feel about this.
All right. Well,
Thaddeus,
nevertheless,
do you want to be hasted and shielded, or do I want to be hasted and shielded?
He has the dragon slaying sword right now. So
does it slay dragons?
We should haste you,
I mean, it
right?
detects dragons. This is like the sort
No,
of running
no,
away
I-
from
We
dragons.
should haste Thaddeus.
This is
It's
the sort of running away from dragons, not slaying them. Oh, there's one over there. I'll go this way.
Because if you were 120 feet from a dragon and you didn't have the sword, you might not be able to find it. You show up, you spend a week traveling to a dungeon. You
This is like a
kill the
delving
dragon.
sword. He's like,
get
it's over
within
here.
100
I
feet
think it's
and
a
you
little
can't
to the
find it.
left.
Dragons are notoriously difficult to find when dungeoning.
We're gonna cut the
I think
part
I should
here,
cast haste
though.
on Thaddeus.
I'm out of
Billy.
beer. Steve's not had enough alcohol yet either. Xylo still seems to be conscious. We're doing it wrong, in other words. So we're gonna take a quick break here. Back in a moment, and then we're gonna see if ringing the doorbell of the dragon water cave does anything. So that will be exciting. Can't wait to see what happens. See you guys soon.